Ladies and gentlemen, very strange story dominating the Twitter feeds this weekend. A Spanish minister says children can have sexual relations with whoever they want. Really? Is this where we are now? Constantly discussing pedos? Can't help but feel like it's a step backwards. Here's another one. Spain's Ministry of Diversity and Gender Ideologies pimp says children have the right to have sex with whoever they want. It's their right. And in another translation, they're their bodies. They can do whatever they want with them. Okay then, kids should be able to drink cheap gin and smoke Cuban cigars, shouldn't they? Now, all jokes aside, I am going to do a bit of a deep dive on this because there's been a lot of claims that are misquoting this woman, saying that we don't speak Spanish. A lot of the English speakers are just misquoting her, telling lies, mistranslating the video, and basically claiming that she's said nothing untoward at all. So let's get to the bottom of it, shall we? The conservative blog Counting Stars says the Minister of Equality of Spain, the communist Irene Montero. So yeah, this is obviously a conservative blog, but the translations appear to be accurate. It says after she was questioned by the Conservative Party Vox, she said all boys and girls in this country have the right to know their own body, to know that no adult can touch their body if they don't want to, and that is a form of violence. Sounds perfectly reasonable, doesn't it? But it doesn't stop there. This is where we arrive at a problem. She also affirmed that children have the right to know that they can love or have sexual relations with whoever they want, based, yes, on consent. And these are rights that are recognised and that you don't like. If only she'd shut up after the first sentence, we wouldn't have an issue with this, would we? Because yes, children need to be told that adults aren't allowed to touch them if they don't want to. That's fine. However, anybody with an IQ above 2 digits is well aware that children cannot consent to sex. It's impossible. In the same way that they can't consent to getting tattoos, getting pissed, buying National Lottery scratch cards and smoking Super Kings, although those last two, children do that quite frequently in Middlesbrough. They have a rough childhood, so we don't want to deny them those little pleasures they can afford. Irene Montero is also famous for the body positivity campaign that she launched last year. Those of a weak disposition may want to look away now because I'm about to show you a small selection of pictures from that campaign, and let me tell you, I would rather watch my grandfather being sexually assaulted by 20 Somalian pirates. So brace yourselves, lads. This was the campaign where she famously pushed it. The image on the far left there was the most famous one because apparently they edited out a prosthetic leg or something of a disabled model. But as you can see, every woman in that campaign had an arse like the back end of a double-decker bus. It's not something we should be encouraging. Again, how is it controversial? You should be telling people that of course they matter, of course they're valuable, and of course being fat doesn't make you a bad person. But when being fat has so many adverse health effects and puts you at greater risk of numerous cancers and early death, and heart attacks and strokes and diabetes, it is criminally irresponsible for the government to be telling people you should want to look like a 300-pound Hoover beast. Here's a translation with subtitles on as well, so you can see what she actually says.
Sino para hablar de educación sexual, por ejemplo, que es un derecho de los niños y de las niñas, señoría, independientemente de quiénes sean sus familias, porque todos los niños, las niñas, les niñas de este país tienen derecho a conocer su propio cuerpo, a saber que ningún adulto puede tocar su cuerpo si ellos no quieren, y que eso es una forma de...
Just stop there, love. Just stop there, it's fine. Pack your bags, go home, job done. What's that? You want to keep talking bollocks? Go on then.
Tienen derecho a conocer que pueden amar o tener relaciones sexuales con quien les dé la gana, basadas, eso sí, en...
And therein lies the problem. Given that it's based on consent, they can't consent. Unless you're a Labour MP or one of the coppers that helped assist rapists buggering children, particularly in the north of England, over a 2-decade period. Unless you're one of those lunatics who thinks 12-year-old girls can consent to big, sweaty, hairy, fat, swarthy foreign blokes 3 times their age, you've dropped a bollock. You have dropped a bollock. And they can dress this up and not report it and lie about it as much as they want and say, no, 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 she was just saying children should be told that they can tell adults to leave them alone. No, she didn't say that. She said they can tell adults to leave them alone, or they can consent to getting tag teamed by sailors down the local docks, and they can't. And if you think they can, you're mental. And I think you should be locked up with all of the sex pests that you'll get along with so famously well. She's a lunatic, and if you think she isn't, you're a lunatic as well. Cheers, Irene. Cheers, love. Joking aside, why are the modern left obsessed with defending the worst people in the world? Anybody know? This has always been my problem with the do-gooding left. If we were living in a utopia, maybe then you can start talking about worrying about the rights of criminals and sex pests and rapists and murderers. Maybe then, if we've fixed nearly everything else, we can start saying, right, how do we make the justice system more humane? But when we've got a laundry list of problems, numerous major issues, from soaring crime, inflation, hunger, poverty, war, why do they insist on constantly talking about, are people in prison getting treated well enough? Are rapists getting a bad deal? Nobody sane cares. I don't care whether you're centre-left, left-wing, centre-left, right-wing, centre-right. All normal people have got more important things to worry about over the dinner table than discussing whether or not we're being nice enough to pedos, rapists and stabby bank robbers. It's lunacy, and I don't get it. If you can think of a logical reason why they talk about this shit all the time, please let me know. It fascinates me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all for a live stream tomorrow. That's Monday the 26th. Be there or be square. Cheers.